Hi, everybody. Welcome to week two of ed392. And I'm using this brief video as an opportunity to introduce you to one of the many technologies you can use to open up your course a little bit beyond text only. Educator, if you played around with it very much, did have a video capture option in it. It recorded very tiny, grainy videos that had to be no more than 3 minutes long. So, which was actually good for me because it forced me to be concise, which is tough for me. What I want to do is use this just as a chance to show you how these videos, if you imagine somebody much better looking and much better dressed than me in a much neater, more professional looking office, you can see how these sorts of videos can open you up as a person a little bit, let your students see you as somebody other than just the fingers on the keyboard behind all the words in that online course they have to take. I will share with you that when I started using even the educator videos, which were again not really the best quality, I noticed a difference in the number of students coming to my office for help, which I don't know if it's related or not. I'm an English teacher, and so I am nervous about post hoc fallacies, but at the same time, I don't have the statistical wherewithal to see what the percentage chance of those two being connected actually is. But it did seem like people felt more comfortable coming in. I think they could recognize me as a real person. Of course, the drawback is whenever I cross in front of traffic out in the Delta parking lot, I'm always a little bit nervous. I'm walking in front of one of the students from an online class that I've given a bad grade because they can recognize me and I can't recognize them. But at any rate, this week we are moving beyond the introductions into the actual meat of the course. Focusing on some of the techniques you can use to engage your online learners. And really that's what we're all about all semester, but this will be sort of our initial reflection. So if you duck over into the week two module, you will see there the checklist, which will give us an overview of what's going on, and also a link to this week's discussion board. On that checklist is also a reference to that project, final project we'll be working on throughout the course. And all I've done is ask you to start thinking about what course you think you'd like to work with. You'll be developing a unit of instruction, which can be basically a chunk of instruction, something you would teach maybe in a single face-to-face class or a single topic you might teach. And you'll be applying what we'll be working on throughout the course to designing that chunk of instruction by the end of the semester and journaling about the process as you go. So there's no huge rush on coming up with a course. We've got some time on that, and we'll actually be diving into, starting next week, another course project, which is kind of fun, a Web 2.0 presentation you'll be making to the rest of us. More on that next week. But do start thinking about it, and if you've got questions about what kind of course might be appropriate or whatever, I would say any course, but if you want to talk to me about it, you can corner me and by email, drop in my office, give me a call. So you can also continue those introductions. We had a few late adds to the course, so feel free to keep those going as well. Now, YouTube does have a limit as well, although it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I believe now, instead of 3 minutes. That said, I choose not to push this video to the absolute limit till YouTube starts shutting me down. So uh, duck in, take a look at this week's work. I will probably also post. Sorry, it just occurred to me. You may also, when you're developing these for your students, have a script, so you're not saying, "Oh yeah, I just remembered," but I just remembered. You will also have possible. I'm going to be linked to a kind of overview of the tools in D2L, which I developed for this course last year. So it's still in the old course site, the tape. One thing about it, it does mention. It mentions that this is the second tutorial. The first had actually just shown people how to log into D2L. We've all gotten past that stage at this point, but what this does is it will give you a quick introduction to a few of the tools, and it again shows you some of the things that you can do using freeware. I believe I used Camtasia for that, but there's a free version of that called Jing that you can use for screen capture to bring in some video, to let students see what's going on, again, to take them beyond just the text. So that will be linked to in this week's module as well. So have a good week. I'm here for, if you've got questions or concerns. There's a help discussion board in our discussions area of the course. You can email me, call me, drop by my office. I'm not going to abandon you. So have a good week.